So tell us how you got started in dance. What inspired you?
Well, I first started studying dance when I was about, I guess, 4 or 5, and my mother used to like to play a lot. She played a lot of music in the house, and one piece in particular was called Mule Train by Frankie Lane. And when I heard that, I would just get up and I started dancing. And it got to a point where she would, when we had family gatherings, she would invite, the family over and slip that record and I'd start dancing. And it was my uncle, her brother, that recommended that, why don't you send this kid to dancing school? And so the only school in New York City for people of color to take class was up in Harlem. It was called the Mary Bruce Dance School. And so I started taking classes there, and she taught tap and she taught ballet. Ballet was horrible, but the tap was really decent. We had our concerts at Carnegie Hall, and she was told to be a relative of Bilbo Jangles. And so he taught her a few steps, and she just went on from there and developed her own steps. During that time, there weren't necessarily schools, but you learned from doing and from watching and from stealing as many things, as many moves and steps as you possibly could. So that's why a lot of the tap dances and dances during that time were very individual rather than as an ensemble type of thing. And we had classes on Saturday. It was just once a week on Saturday. And we also performed at the Metropolitan Opera doing Aida and L'Arpetico. And it was a great experience. I really enjoyed it. And so that was my first dance experience. From there, I went on to study dance with Sylvia Fort, who was dance captain for Catherine Dunham's dance company for a number of years. And she had her own studio in Manhattan on 44th Street. And I was able to study jazz dance and, of course, tap, which I love. But I also was introduced to West Indian dance and Dunham technique and South African dance. And this was a place where people like Sidney Poitier and Harry Belafonte, his wife Harry Belafonte's wife was a dancer, would come and take classes, and a whole lot of other actors and famous people would come in, and dancers like Alatunji and other people would come in and teach classes. I had a chance to work with a man named Tally Beatty, who was also a Dunham dancer. And you can see Tally Beatty and Sevilla and Dunham in a piece called Stormy Weather that was done with Lena Horne. A number, I think it was in the 30s, which is a really iconic piece in terms of all of those dances, and where Catherine Dunham actually choreographed that.